Now the oxidation state and trends in chemical reactivity. So important is the common oxidation states given in NCERT is -3, +3 and +5, where we can see -3 decreases down the group. The stability of -3 oxidation state decreases down the group. +5 also decreases down the group, and +3 it increases down the group. We have to remember this. This is important. And bismuth only forms BiF5. Nitrogen can exhibit +1, +2, +4, right? When it reacts with oxygen. However, it does not form compounds with +5 because obvious reason, d orbital is not present. Phosphorus also shows from oxidation state from +1 to +4 with in some oxacids, and it is important point that nitrogen shows all oxidation states from +1 to +4 and disproportionate in acid solution. So this reaction is a disproportionation reaction where the oxidation state is changing, right? HNO2 HNO3 NO, HNO2 can give HNO3 H2O and NO. Important reaction. In phosphorus also they disproportionate in all oxidation states from +5 to -3 in both alkali and acid. You have to remember that phosphorus compounds can disproportionate in both alkali and acid. Right. However, the +3 oxidation state is in case of arsenic, antimony and bismuth becomes increasingly stable with respect to disproportionation. That is, they won't go disproportionation. But arsenic, antimony, bismuth, these three compounds, right, apart from nitrogen and phosphorus, the remaining compounds will be very, very stable in +3 oxidation state. You have to remember this. As we have saw that it increases down the group. Nitrogen is restricted to a maximum valency of +4. Hence, for the heavier elements have vacant d orbitals in there, so it's not that important. Anomalous properties of nitrogen, obviously, because it has a very small size, it doesn't have any d orbitals, and it has a very high electronegativity. So it has the ability to form p-pi multiple bonds, and the heavier elements of this group don't form p-pi. Yes, that's the unique property. So it can form triple bond with itself, right? So what's important here is that nitrogen exists as a diatomic molecule with triple bond between the two atoms. Consequently, the bond enthalpy is very high, right? And triple bond N. But the other elements will form single bonds. This is important. Apart from nitrogen, they will form single bond with each other, but nitrogen, there will be a triple bond. Also, an important point is that nitrogen single bond is weaker than all others, right? It has tendency to form triple bond, but if it forms a single bond, it will be much weaker than that of PP, AS and others. Why is it? Due to the inter-electronic repulsion, because as we know the size is very less, so the electrons will repel, the electrons on this nitrogen will repel the electrons on this nitrogen, and due to inter-ionic repulsion they are not much stable. Therefore the catenation tendency is weaker in nitrogen. This is very important point. The catenation tendency of nitrogen is very weak. Also it cannot form the d-pi p-pi bond and d-pi d-pi bond due to obvious reasons, right?